No swearing.
No swearing at all. Hi everyone. My name is Mark. This is Doug. Welcome to our Christmas special. I'm playing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer here, except we're sponsored by Mayploy.
Except we're not sponsored by them.
We're not sponsored at all by them.
He's just trying to...
I'm hoping that at some point Mayploy come through, please. You know what I mean?
And the crazy part is I was like, we're doing our Christmas special. We got to do a thing. I'll wear like an ugly sweater, and then he showed up in an apron and a red nose. And also there's a stocking. So
there's that.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas. Today I don't need my glasses today because on Christmas is the one day that I can see.
That's a Christmas miracle.
It's one of those rare Christmas miracles.
That's a Christmas miracle, boy.
And I appreciate that because most of the time I can't see anything, but today I can. Jimmy, really? You're gonna do this? Why are you... Right now? Okay, whatever. All right. You see what he's...
I don't know what's happening.
Unbelievable. To him and me? You're gonna
I don't know what's happening.
Well, anyways, I'm glad everybody's watching.
I literally don't know what that was.
I didn't know what that was either.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for everybody who look. And you know what I want to say?
What do you want to say?
You know, we're just a podcast coming out of nowhere. Who are we? Nobody knows us, right?
Uh-huh.
But we get some goddamn good views. Would you count that as swearing? Did I swear?
I mean, to God, yes. But
to YouTube is what I'm.
No, the YouTube
is what I'm worried
filter
about.
Has no idea.
So they're ungodly. All right, cool. So what I want to say is thank you to everyone, but I feel like we have a fan base here.
Yeah.
We're getting some decent views from, coming out of nowhere. And for you guys that are like legitimate fan base, we love you. And also, for everybody else who comes on, we love you too. And spread the word. But like we kind of like you guys who are our fan base a little bit more.
A little bit. But then we'll also love you other guys too. Alright, so let's get into this Christmas episode. What are we going to talk about? I think we're going to talk about like Saturnalia.
Okay.
Saturnalia has a lot to do with Christmas that a lot of people don't actually realize that it does, which is kind of strange, but that is actually the case.
Because people who think about Christmas, you just think like Christmas was always Christmas forever? No. It started somewhere. And it started with a little bit of Saturnalia.
Yeah. Not a lot of people realize that the Christmas holiday is actually due to the fact that there is, there's the summer solstice and then there's the winter solstice and there's the summer equinox and there's the winter equinox. Well, when the winter solstice happens, there's a holiday that's associated with it, and it was basically taken over by the Christians. Why don't you
Well, so
Saturnalia about it?
Saturnalia was an ancient Roman holiday, because in this country of America and the USA, for some reason we really care about ancient Roman practices. I don't know why, but we do. And, we'll talk about that in some later dates. But, yeah, so Saturnalia was a worship of Saturn. And it was agricultural, it was a farmer's thing. But somehow it turned into people getting drunk, people taking their clothes off, running naked in the streets, giving each other presents. But like the highlight to me was, so, you know, in ancient Rome, 40% of the people were enslaved. You remember?
Yes.
And then what the cool part about Saturnalia was you could flip-flop it. And the slave owners would pretend to be the slaves, and the slaves would pretend to be the slave owners, and they would like talk crazy to them and order them around, and it was just so fun. So that's cool, you know? Isn't that cool?
Well, no, yeah. I mean, it was like a day where they could all switch roles.
It was a few days.
Yeah, where they could. It was a few days where they could all switch roles and just. You know, the slave owner was the slave, and the slave was the slave owner, and
everybody had a laugh.
Yeah,
it was a good time for all involved. But eventually, the Christians came in and were like, "We like this. This is our thing now," and so yeah, this is us now. So when you look back, Christmas is actually. Goes back to a pagan holiday.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. Let me ask you this.
What's that?
Is there Christmas music that you like?
There are certain Christmas songs I think I like.
Yeah. What do you got?
There's, you know, a John Lennon song, you know, So This Is Christmas. I think I like Silent Night. I think I like... you know, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Sorry if you're watching this, but yeah, I am a fan. And
Mariah definitely is one of our subscribers.
She is amazing. I swear to God, if she were on an island with me and the guy who started Virgin Records and Virgin Air, and we were like trapped on an island, and she was like the only female there, then I swear at some point I would, you know, try to impress.
You want the Mariah money.
What were we talking about? Yeah, I like Christmas songs.
Okay. I also like not many Christmas songs.
Yeah?
Christmas songs are kind of crappy to me. I
Okay,
don't like
well,
them.
I kind of like
They're
them.
not good. But there are a few. I'll agree Silent Night is pretty good. Silent Night, if you do Silent Night pretty good, then it's legit.
Tubular Bells.
What?
I don't know, maybe it's called Silver Bells.
Nah,
Tubular Bells by
Silver Bells is
Enya
garbage.
is pretty solid.
Silver Bells is
All I
garbage.
know is that when
Ring Christmas Bells. That's the one, right? The one that's
Yeah.
like na 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 na. That one's good. Also, Santa Claus is a Fat Bitch by Insane Clown Posse. That's actually a good song. Insane Clown Posse kind of sucks, but they have a few good songs.
except for that song, I guess, right?
No, they have a few good songs.
Oh, okay.
But I think my favorite Christmas song has to be Little Drummer Boy. Is that a good one?
Is that because David Bowie and Bing Crosby performed this song?
Well, I can't think about Little Drummer Boy without thinking about Bing Crosby and all of his shenanigans.
Yeah, well, I can't think about Little Drummer Boy and David Bowie and all his shenanigans. So, yeah, I kind of guess.
Well, I think before we get into like
We're both there.
Bing and David, let's talk about Bing and
yeah, you call him David, except that I call him Dave. So that kind of makes
you call him Dave Bowie?
Yeah, that means I'm more like a friend to him. Like if he calls me on the phone and you say, "Is this David?" and he says, "Yeah, I guess." And then I say, "Is this Dave?" and he's like, "Of course it is." And he goes that I'm more of a friend to him because he gets that. He's like, is this Dave? And I'm like, yeah. No, wait. He says, yeah.
Okay, so,
Go ahead. Go.
Yeah, I'm
Go.
trying,
Go.
bro.
Go.
I'm trying, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
trying. So Dave, being
Go
only
ahead.
20 minutes in,
We're
can I
through.
swear now?
You can swear like a
I fucking
motherfucker.
kind of need to fucking
cocksucking
swear.
motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Yes.
I need to
Thank
fucking
you.
swear. Being Crosby had, is he
White
Christian?
Christmas. What?
Is he Christian, man?
He is as Jesus-y as it gets.
Is it a guess, huh?
He's heavy into the J.
Well, what's interesting though.
Oh,
is
he fucking dude, like he's on
a
a
hard
spoon
J?
with a needle.
he's a hard J.
He's a hard into the J.
So, but that's weird because he
Yeah.
had a whole family and then he divorced that whole
He
family
did that, and then he went to a new
And he went to
family
a new
and made
family.
it better.
and was totally like a cool guy and everybody was like, that is the shit. Right? But when you
Isn't that-
ask the old family, they're like, well, especially
It's-
Gary Crosby.
It's the truth.
Gary Crosby came out with a book, and I want to say '83. Listen, if you guys don't know, Bing Crosby was like huge, like huge. Like, he
Anyone
was
who doesn't
kind
know
of the
who
shit.
Bing Crosby is doesn't understand who Jesus is. Doesn't understand who anybody is.
He was like the
He was
Jesus
like the
of
biggest, yeah.
He was like the Jesus of crooning.
Yeah. Yeah. If you knew
You know
how
what
to croon,
crooning is?
it's like boom boom shimmy
That was
Yeah.
Bing Crosby shit.
He was in there.
He tore it up, but then it turned out that his old family, especially Gary, was like, "Hey, he used to beat me with a fucking steel-studded
Yeah,
belt."
stop beating
Now,
me with
here's
the
the
steel-studded belt.
Here's
He
the
asked
thing.
him.
We don't know. You know, we weren't there.
Except he probably did, because this guy wouldn't fucking just out of the blue be like, yeah, Bing Crosby beat me with the steel-studded belt. You know,
It was
it's
very
not like something
specific.
that goes,
It
yeah.
was kind of very specific. And like one of the brothers from the original
Three's
Sinful
Company
Marriage
episode?
was like, nah, Gary's a bitch. None of that should happen. But the other two brothers, well, the one brother was like, that's just Gary's thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it. But the other brother was like, yeah, all that shit happened. So I don't know. But what I do know is that the brother who was like, yeah, all that shit happened, killed himself. And the other brother who was like, that's Gary's thing, I don't want to talk about it, also killed himself. How? Shotguns to the fucking head. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Alright, so let's move on. Do we not know? I mean, I don't know. Did it
Jesus
happen? I
Christ,
don't know. I don't know what
why?
happened. I don't know what happened.
No, because that was such an evil, god-awful story. And Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, I looked like Christmas, but Bing Crosby, why did you have to do that kind of stuff? And he beat his own kid until he killed himself? Jeez Louise. I'll tell you what,
It's pretty dark.
yeah,
It's pretty dark.
that's what you call a black Christmas.
Mm.
But except you shouldn't, because
Well, you don't want to be
African
racist.
Americans
You don't want to be racist. so
are good people.
obviously, when you're fucking racist. God damn, boy, you say some
I
crazy
blew it!
shit. All the time you're saying crazy shit. Alright, so
Oh yeah, because that's what we mean by those words. Okay,
let's
see.
move on. Hold on.
Let's keep
I
going.
got a little story.
Oh, you got a little story?
Yeah.
I got a bigger story.
It's
but
a-
I'll let you tell your little.
Well, don't
story.
make it a phallic thing. I have a huge.
I have
a huge story.
I was not even.
I have a humongous story.
It was nothing about the size of my penis.
My story is
but
huge.
my penis, my penis is above average.
And you know what's crazy is he can't go one episode without talking about his genitals or somebody's genitals.
Yeah, except that
And
was in
really,
the fucking copy apparently that we're not gonna watch, so nobody's gonna know the genius comedy that was in there. Go ahead.
So anyways, this is something that aggravates me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like a bit of a Scrooge here.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do a bah humbug moment.
Scrooge McDuck.
I'm gonna be a Scrooge McDuck right now. So, my name is Doug, right? So if I just tell you my name is Doug, people are like, okay, your name is Doug. Simple enough. Except for when I try to call in a food order and to go pick it up. For some reason, now listen, my name isn't the most common name, but it's also not the least common name. So when somebody's on the other end and I'm like, okay, I want to pick up this food, and they're like, okay, what's the name? And I'm like, Doug, and they're like, oh, Duck? And I'm like, no, Doug, and they're like, oh, Dung. No, Doug, and they're like, oh, Dong? No, my name is Doug, and they're like, oh, Dog. Yeah, my name is Dog. I'm the fucking bounty hunter. Dog the bounty hunter, and I'm gonna go pick up my food. So that was annoying to me, right? So then at one point I was like, going back and forth, and it doesn't matter if they're American, foreign, it doesn't matter. They can't ever understand me saying Doug to them. It's Dong for some reason. So then I'm like, got so frustrated with this particular person, and I was like, okay, my name is Douglas. And she's like, oh, okay, I got it, Douglas. Cool. So then I went and got my shit, and it was all good. So then the next time I called that place, I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to say my name is Douglas, and everything will be good. So I'm like, yeah, Douglas. So then I go to pick up the food, and it was a taco dinner, it was a steak dinner, and then like 2 other tacos, whatever the fuck, right? So I'm like, I'm here to pick up this order. My name is Douglas. And she's like, we have no order under that name. And I'm like, did I call the wrong place? And then I'm like, I got the steak dinner, I got the taco dinner, and the chicken, and the tacos. And she's like, oh yeah, we have those, we have that exact dinner, but it isn't under that name. And the rage, the rage came in. And I could have been like, what name?
Yeah, what
name was that? What name did you have? But I also knew that it was kind of like a test, like trying to test me to yell at this poor girl. You know what I mean? So I just left it alone. I was like, you didn't have the right name? Yeah, I know. I already knew. Of course you didn't. Because my name is so fucking complex that you can't understand Doug or Douglas. Do you know what I'm saying, dude? You know what I'm saying? It tried to get me to lash out at a poor girl.
For the love of God. She's like, she tells you, yeah, we got that order. What's the name? John.
And now let me tell you this. I told the girl.
I'm John! I'm John, for the love of God.
I told the girl that my name was Douglas. And she was like,
what did
when
she
I went
say?
to get it, she's like, it's under a completely different name. Now, did you just yawn?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, you fucking bored?
No, I didn't.
Shit.
That was bored. No. It wasn't.
Take a nap.
Bored. No, okay, it wasn't that. I was bored out.
So I could like half of me was like, what name did they put down for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then the other half was like, I'm trying to grow as a person and not be enraged by things that are stupid. You know? So I was just like, I'm sure it was under a different name, and give me my goddamn food.
And so what was it?
I don't know. I never asked.
Alright.
It's a mystery. Kind of like
Yeah.
what David Lynch does. Did you see that, dude?
Yeah, that's
Did
pretty
you
good.
see that segue?
Pretty good segue.
Get into
Yeah, well, let's talk about David Lynch, I guess. He's David Lynch. For real, man, just grow up. I gotta tell you. No, there's seriously, David Lynch. I get it. You know, okay, we're screwed up. The world's screwed up. TV screwed up. Yeah, transcendental meditation. Yeah, I know the whole flow comes from infinite consciousness.
Keep talking.
But that is not going to help you, and it's not going to help me. All right? The universe is compactified, and there are only a certain amount of instances in our life where we get to comprehend where one thing or another means, and where we have so much time to discover every single possible clue in your, horses are the whites of the eyes? How the hell am I supposed to know that? Horses are the whites of the eyes!
Real quick, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about David Lynch's Merry Christmas. David Lynch's Merry Christmas is one of the best specials you'll ever see. It comes in at you from the right and the left and the
bottom.
Merry Christmas, David Lynch's. David Lynch is a Merry Christmas. It's my favorite show from forever.
Go
ahead. Now it's your turn to speak. With the you have the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Cup, so you're going to explain how David Lynch and Christmas go together.
They don't at all. They don't at all.
No. You're going to explain how David Lynch and Christmas go together.
If I could, I would, but they don't at all. But we just happen to be looking into some David Lynch Twin Peaks kind of shit and found out some shit.
So, when are you going to explain how David Lynch and Christmas go together?
Not ever. Not one time ever.
Okay, so this is the point. David Lynch and Christmas, they don't go together. But David Lynch and the rest of television apparently do. David Lynch, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Wild at Heart? Blue Velvet? Eraserhead? Lost Highway? Mulholland Drive? Twin Peaks? Those are his movies.
Inland Empire?
Inland Empire. Thank you for those movies. We appreciate them. Alright, what's the next topic? That was the best I could do with David Lynch. That was literally the best I could do with David. As much as I tried.
Bad.
I know it was really bad, but yeah,
so bad.
That was literally the best I could do with that guy.
By the way, if you like David Lynch, we're going to talk about David Lynch shit in depth.
You like David Lynch? You don't like David Lynch? We'll kill you.
You gotta stop threatening people on the fucking podcast.
You don't or like him. I guess, man, I blew it.
Not only did you blow it, but you sucked it.
Mayploy, sweet chili sauce is all I gotta say.
Yeah. Hey, give us a little bit of, some scratch.
Mayploy, sweet chili sauce, man.
Help us out. Help us out.
Go ahead. Let's wrap this up.
Let's get towards the end. And let's
wrap this up.
I'm getting annoyed with you. So, do you have the best Christmas present that you ever got?
The best Christmas present?
No, did you shut it. Because I don't have a best Christmas present per se. But I love the influx of G.I. Joes and Transformers that was given to me throughout the years, and I was just like, by the way, back in the day, man, I would get those Transformers where you could literally put them in a pillowcase and you could beat somebody to death. You know what I mean? That was die-cast metal. You put a handful of Transformers back in the day, and you could kill someone. Not that you needed to, but I'm just saying you could.
I remember when I got Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime ended up in. I remember I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, it wasn't Christmas. It was like a weird Polish holiday, and it's like, oh, Optimus Prime. And like Optimus Prime. Oh, he's gonna be under my pillow. Oh, he's gonna be under a tree. And I'm like, there's nowhere. And then, son of a bitch, he was at the door. Apparently, someone had left him outside of between the door.
That's some Saint Nick
and
shit.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah.
He had left him between the door.
Hold on.
And
Saint Nick, Satan Nick. Go ahead though.
And he left him the door and the screen door, and I was like, son of a bitch. I'm like, Optimus Prime, what are you doing out here? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, Optimus Prime, what are you? It's cold. And he's like, yeah. So he's like, please, can you let me in? And I said, yeah, of course. And so I opened the door and I let him in. And I pulled him inside. I'm like, man, are you cold? And he said to me, he's like, it's all chilly out.
Dude.
It's true.
It's terrible.
This happened.
Terrible story.
This happened. And he's like, man, it's a little chilly outside. And I like open up the box and I'm like, hey, Optimus Prime, what are you doing? And I he zipped away because he's like, apparently he had like some packages to deliver in his fucking cause he was a truck and he had like some packages to deliver and he's like, hey, I gotta get out of here. I got packages to deliver and I didn't see him for like 3 weeks and 3 weeks later he shows up. I'm like, what the frick, Optimus Prime? And he's like, man, this is real life, bro.
Like, dude,
you're my toy,
and then what happened is,
and he stabbed me in the chest, and then later.
Tell him what happened. You woke up and you had a nocturnal emission. That was your first ever wet dream.
It was my first ever wet dream.
You dreamt about
the
leader of the Autobots,
and he was so buff.
He was abrasive.
Right,
what was it?
All right, you tell the story. Now you get to win this one. Go ahead. You tell them what happened.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. I didn't have a specific, present that was the best shit ever. But I had, G.I. Joes, Transformers, He-Man. But also at the same time, they gave me this little, this tent. It was a bed tent. I know people out there know what I'm talking about. I can hear you urinating. And you put the tent on the bed, and what I did was I just stuffed all my goddamn toys inside this thing. And so when I went to sleep, it was extremely uncomfortable because there was metal shit on my head. I would sleep on Transformers like a pillow, but but it was also so awesome. All right, come on.
All right.
And so let me ask you this: do you remember Captain Power?
And what?
The show Captain Power.
I actually do not.
There was a toy. There was like a TV show. And then you get the toy, and then you would aim the toy at the TV, and then the TV somehow would give signals.
It was like laser tag.
Yeah, and your shit would pop out of
it was like laser tag before laser tag. You know what I'm? Yeah, you know what I mean,
but
right?
The crazy part is the only point of that is for you to lose because you're
you never win.
No, you can't win. How do you win? You think you're gonna affect the TV show? No, only your guy will just get ejected from the goddamn cockpit.
I can't believe you remember that show. That is the most insane.
Shit, bro. All that shit.
Dude, I remember all the repurposed. Only now do we realize the repurposed Japanese shows that eventually became at first it was Spectre Man, then it was Ultraman, then it was Voltron, then it was Oh my god, it was like. And
well,
then
Mighty
eventually-
Morphin Power Rangers
Well, yeah.
are that bullshit.
That was exactly it.
Oh, I'll say this. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, sorry, is bullshit. Look at Spectre Man, like you said. Look at Voltron. Look at Robotech.
Yeah.
That shit was
All those
bullshit,
things
dude.
were Japanese shows that they just like,
And we love them.
you know, they spoon fed to us. In like Japan, it was like, what do you mean you
Well,
you
don't
just
be-
come? What? Oh yeah. You have just gone through puberty, Billy. Billy, you've just gone through puberty. You can't escape your need for females. And in the U.S., they would translate to like, Billy, you're just a silly Billy.
Billy, you're silly Billy.
Oh.
Then the robot would come in and fucking smash.
Yeah, in Japan, it'd be like, the Hiroshima bomb has burned many faces and skins into the pavement. And in
Not
US,
not only do we recognize it, but it has reverted back to our ancestry and our future heritage. And then over there, it's like, Billy, you fucking asshole!
you blew it, boy.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
No, but
anymore.
yeah, they in the U.S. it was definitely nothing to do with the Hiroshima bomb.
We can't help
Merry
but
Christmas.
go off the goddamn
Oh,
rails.
come on.
But what else? What other good toys did you get? Tell me a good toy.
I got the best toy I ever got.
Come on.
Was a pair of skis they got inside
is
of a
not a
inside
toy.
of a I got inside
not
of
a
a
toy.
box that said chainsaw. So it's like, oh, you got a chainsaw, and everybody's like yucking it up. Hey, he's getting a chainsaw. He's getting a chainsaw.
How old
And
were you?
I was like 9 years old, and I'm like,
Getting
no.
a chainsaw.
And then I'm like, oh, chainsaw, and then it's like, no, they're just skis. And they're like, oh, what are you gonna do with those skis? I'm like, I guess I'm gonna go skiing.
You gotta go to the Poland, the
He's like,
motherland.
you gotta go to Poland to ski. And I'm like, why? I don't want to go. And they're like, you're going. And then they're like, well, close enough is go to Wisconsin. And then I went to Wisconsin and I put on the skis. Except, no, I didn't. Because I didn't go skiing for about for about 6 years. So those skis, I totally outgrew those skis.
You were 15 years
I was
old.
like, yeah. And they took me to this ski resort in
Are
Wisconsin.
we still recording?
Yes, we're still recording.
All right,
I
my
can't
bad.
believe that you just. Oh, you blew the whole story.
My bad. Go ahead. You're 16, you're 15 years old. You had a nocturnal emission about Toy Story.
Yeah, apparently at some point, and then somebody died. And
That one's
I was
on me.
like,
All right, go ahead.
I had a
You're skiing.
nocturnal emission, and everybody
You
was
had a
like,
nocturnal
"Oh,
emission.
this is gross."
You were 22 years old.
Yeah, and everybody
Thinking about
and
Seth Green.
Myers.
All right, so you're skiing.
Okay, so I was skiing. And
You're 15.
I was coming, yeah, no, well, no, I was like 15, but I was like, yeah, close. Like I was like 13 or so.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, well, let's go on the bunny hill. And they're like, yeah, I'm like, I know puss bag.
You ain't no bitch.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I'm like, I'm going up this hill, and there's a rope, and I'm like, and I go to the top of the rope, and I'm like, well, okay, here, go down. And
Well,
I'm
where
like,
are you? You're not in Poland.
No, I'm in
Where are
Wilmot Mountain in Wisconsin. They're like, oh, squint, so, yeah, why don't you ski down? And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll ski down. And then I skied down, except that I'd never skied before in my life.
So this is the first time.
First time I've ever skied.
And you went to.
I went to like not the pro level,
The
but like
apex
the next to the
shit.
pro level. And I was just like,
Who did?
I was going like 30 miles an hour when I plowed into the people who were like in line for the bunny hill. And I'm like, just like, I was going like, and they're like, gee, that's great. And I turned to my side and I'm like, ah! And then I sliced these kids' feet out from under them. It was just like, and they were down. Like, dude, they were down like worse than like, but like bowling pins. It wasn't like bowling, because a bowling pin kind of like, whoa, but no, it was just boom. They were on the ground because I sliced their legs out from them. And then the lady, who's the mother of these children, is like, "What are you? No, that's not how you stop." And I'm like, "Lady, I've never skied before in my life. Don't you come in here." And it wasn't that bad, but it was close. It was close. I've never skied before in my life, lady. And I'm like, "Oh, you're so fat. You're so fat. You couldn't frickin' ski. Who are these? These are your children, you bastards. I hate you and I hate you." And then I ran. I like pulled my feet up, and it was annoying because you have to like get this clip.
Yeah.
Clip.
It was a whole thing. I'm like, you were trying to storm off.
And then I stormed off, and I'm like, I don't care about those skis no more. And then I ran to the refreshment stand. I'm like, give me a lemonade. Stat.
Tough day on the slopes.
Oh man. And you gave me that
tough
lemonade.
Day at the office.
Oh man, I almost drank half that lemonade.
You got sugar buzzed.
I got buzzed like a mouse.
You had the adrenaline, you had the sugar,
oh man.
People.
And then I had that lady who's running up and was like, "I'm gonna sue you." Oh. Fuck you, bitch.
What do you want from him?
Yeah.
He didn't know no better.
I didn't know. I was 9 years old. I was 3 years old. Close.
Barely potty trained.
Barely. I didn't.
Going down the apex.
That's why I shit my pants. Next story. Go ahead. That's 90% of what I just said was actually true.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your story?
I don't have a story. I already told my story.
For Christmas. Your Christmas
What are
story.
you fucking talking about? I already said my story. I don't like when they don't get my name right, and then I like G.I. Joes.
Okay, I guess so.
Story.
So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, people. This has been
I guess this was our Christmas episode.
Rough episode. Beyond anyone's comprehension. You cannot imagine how difficult this episode was.
This was probably the most difficult episode we've ever filmed. Okay?
We literally were ready to fist fight.
Yeah, we were like 2 seconds away. Like, we paused the thing. We were in the other room. We're this ready. We're this close to fist fighting. And he's like, "Don't you remember it's Christmas?" And I'm like, "Holy cow." I'm like, "Holy cow." I'm like, yeah, it is Christmas. And then we came back and we finished it. And I'm proud.
You know what's crazy is 90% of that story is true. I literally wanted to beat this man. And he wanted to beat me.
Yeah. And now we're here.
And now he's got a fucking nose.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
So let's fucking do it.
If we can do it, if he and I can have a Merry Christmas, so can you.
Absolutely. Let's do the Would You Rather.
Would you rather? All right. Okay. All right.
Because you were actually weirding me out on this. Like,
yeah, I was. Okay. Yeah, because it was a weird. Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you rather?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, which would you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather that you were the Grinch who stole Christmas and your heart grew 3 times its size, or were you the guy who found Santa dead and then it was your turn to be the Santa Claus? So either you are stuck being Santa for the next, let's say, 30, 40 years.
Yeah, it's a lifetime.
Or your hurt literally swells in your chest to the point where you probably die.
Yeah.
Will probably die, and all the little people down there, they're gonna just be cheering. What are they called? The elf
Who's or some shit.
The Who's, yeah, the Who's.
Are they the Who's?
Yeah, you're right. They're called the Who's. So which would you rather? Your heart swelled 3 times its size, or you found a dead Santa, and your only choice was to become
massive
Santa.
Amount of weight.
Yeah. So you're either, you know, either way it's got to do with cholesterol. There's a lot of cholesterol that's freaking building up in your system.
Yeah.
You know, either you're getting fat as a house,
for sure,
or your heart's just freaking getting fat as a house.
Well, cholesterol is the name of the game, and it's just which reality do you want to go?
Which reality do you want to live?
You're going to be littered. You're going to be just raped by cholesterol.
That
cholesterol
is a fact.
Going in you.
In you, over you, it is going to just,
so what was I before I became, if I were to choose?
An atheist Jew.
And that's not hate speech, because there are atheist Jewish people. There's also, Muslim.
No, but technically, it can't be an atheist Jew, because Jewish. Except that, thank goodness, our president made Jewish people an ethnicity. So technically, thank you, Donald Trump. Yeah, Jewish people are now an ethnicity.
Talk politics.
Sorry.
I think that what I would do. Man, this is actually a tough one because it always boils down to
Yeah.
Who what's the best fun you're gonna have,
Yeah, are you stuck being Santa Claus and living in the North Pole and having a bunch of elves, or are you better off just living in your castle and on top of a mountain, but your heart's swollen and it's like, Jesus, oh my God, this heart, and it's like, wow, this heart, and every who's like, that guy, he's got such a big heart. He's such a big heart.
But he's also a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he's also gonna die of congenital heart failure.
For fucking years and years. And now this 1 year, he's a good guy.
1 year, one time out of
the one day.
90 years, dude. Yeah.
The one day. Who knows how old is the Grinch? How old is the Grinch, by the way?
The Grinch is as old as Boris Karloff, who narrates.
I'm gonna go with. I guess I'll be the Santa Claus guy. Because I feel like before he became the Santa Claus guy, he actually did a lot of hard partying.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of cocaine, he sold a lot of cocaine.
A lot of boozing, a lot of drugging.
Did a lot of living in Michigan.
A lot of prostitutes, a lot of gambling.
Yes.
A lot of backdoor
I'll be with
action.
I'm with you on
whatever
this
that means.
This is the one
whatever
time.
That means.
This is the one time I'm not gonna argue with you. Yeah, I would be that same guy because I would be living in Michigan. I'd be selling cocaine, and then one day I'd be talking about like, hey, tools are great,
and then
I'd be a bajillionaire.
You get a goddamn sitcom and
ABC,
and all you gotta do is go go.
And then I'm Buzz Lightyear. Good job, Tim Allen, you coke-selling fucking piece of shit. Merry fucking Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Yeah, that's where it comes down to.
And you know what's crazy to me is, like, I feel like people are like you can't say Merry Christmas anymore.
Yeah, you can't say Merry Christmas. You can't say somebody's a coke-selling piece of shit, cock-sucking motherfucker anymore. Who's now, because, he's Buzz Lightyear? Oh, so it doesn't mean he sold coke to children and then snorted his fucking brains out?
No, all that got wiped away when he...
when he joined Disney.
Oh.
Amen.
It's Disney.
Alright. Oh. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I feel like there was one more.
Was there one more thing you were going to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm having difficulty breathing. Alright. So, I think that's it. You have anything?
Well, just, hey, everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We love you. Thank you for tuning in.
Probably
We're going to take some time off because it's goddamn holidays.
Yeah, we're going to take a holiday. It's a holiday.
2020.
We're going to take some time off. We're going to take some time off. We're going to take some time off.
Bye.